and simply wash over our forces.
You can't make zombies out of peacock.
Well, it's one of the reasons why we had to stop the knife party. Think of the Seven Nation Army what you will, but without us, there are worse things waiting in the wings, as we now see before us. I'm not sure that this is Seven Nation Army relevant in a way. This is definitely Knife Party. Can't say what generation Knife Party technology, because by the end of it, they were spinning off into so many different directions that there may still be prototypes that we haven't encountered yet, dormant on Earth somewhere. We've been looking into it. As for reversing the process, I guess that's why y'all are here, huh?
Yep.
Well,
One of the
we don't have
reasons.
high hopes, but I wanted that.
I suppose it might be possible if they left enough of the original organs in. The heart and the brain are pretty important, believe it or not. Though the heart isn't exactly like the brain, it doesn't write information. It does work along a certain muscle memory as it pumps. There have been studies into just how much quote unquote physical memory a heart can store. It's possible, but they would have to be, I think, retrofitted with safer body type. Torso would have to be remodeled. It's beyond my capabilities. I'm not really a cybernetics expert.
That's okay, we know a guy.
Okay. If you were to do that, I guess you would have to do extensive rehabilitation. It's possible to eliminate whatever programming is in there. You would have to then look at the, lack of a better term, wetware, and the brain itself would need to be examined pretty thoroughly. We would need to biopsy at least one of their brains.
I believe the LO is gonna do that.
If the ELO wants to work with us, then it should be a quick information gathering mission.
I don't.
If I could just get some of your personal opinions on this matter, it seems that the ELO is interested in war with us. Very interested.
Yeah.
I think there's bad bloods on both sides, as there are in every war.
Hilo seems strangely fixated on the idea.
Well, I think Germanata knew it when she did all this. So we gotta work really hard to stop.
Germanata. I will say this. It's possible this could be the last laugh of the knife party.
Do you think that Germanata can still be connected to these things? You know how she made those memories, like, and threads and connections, and I don't know, I don't have a coherent thought, but there might be some sort of like freezing, some fragment. I don't know.
Well, do you see any glowing lines on? I mean, we have glowing lines.
I was gonna say, can I use my echolocation?
If you were to use your echolocation on these in that same way, you would be able to detect that there are faint threads that are connected to them, but they are disconnected from anything else. So if there were strings that were controlling them, they are no longer being connected to the source.
Okay, so they're just kind of hanging around in the air.
Yeah, I mean these guys are clearly the zombies themselves don't really do much movement by themselves. They seem to be they need to be guided to do things like to sit up, to walk. Seems like they don't have a processor or a director.
Yeah, I guess after using it, you two will go, okay, so I don't know if I explained this, but when Germanata was attacking us, my echolocation could see her cuts before they could happen. The zombies have these weird little threads, but all the strings are cut. They're just kind of dangling in the air. So if she was controlling them, she's not anymore. No one is. Which may actually be part of the problem, but could also be part of the solution. If we could find something to string them back to, I guess they could functionally work again, but I don't know how to do that.
Well, we don't really need to control them, so I think just restoring them is...
Well, yeah, but I feel like I have half an idea. If the strings are cut, maybe if we can put them back into themselves or reconnect them to themselves.
Or maybe they want to connect to some network kind of thing, if this really is Knife Party tech and they were interested in that.
Well, have your scan grab it, the line.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'll bring out Turn Down for What and see if it will, be able, if it can grab the strings at all, just kind of, jump at it.
Yeah, if you try to grab them, they're weird. They're ethereal. Even to your stand, they feel like ghostly, not there. There is a certain kind of quality to them that, when you make contact, is reminiscent of the feeling of gravity, of pressure, but you can't truly grasp it.
Yeah, that didn't work. Yeah, well,
But-
everybody can see turned down for what, so they just saw this giant mechanical rabbit kind of hopping around over the
It does see
zombie
something
corpse.
else, though.
What's that?
While you're trying to make the attempt, there is something in the corner of the room where nobody has really looked or is looked. It's in the upper corner.
It's
Oh,
just
it's
a
an eye.
floating eye.
It's just an eye against the wall.
You two actually looks at the eye and then looks at me and just goes, "Is that? Can you make more than that than just your
Huh?
normal stand? Who's that?" And he points at the eye to make the eye aware that he knows it's there.
The eye closes and disappears.
That was me. My guy doesn't have an eyeball. He has a camera.
Okay, well, I only know of one other person on the moon right now who has those stupid eyes.
That wouldn't be Cicero. What does he care?
Yep, it's Cicero.
No, I don't think his stand works like that at all.
I mean, I don't know. It's like the only time we've ever had to deal with it was when he was blackmailing me.
Blackmailing you?
Yeah, that was way back. It feels like.
There's no motive. Cicero wouldn't do that.
Jose gets a text on his Moby and takes his device out and starts looking at it and says, I hate to interrupt. I think I need to go outside and take care of this.
What?
Oh, well, thank you for all your help. We'll get a DNA test and then I guess talk to you again. And then Nia tries to give him a shake his hands or offer her hand for a shake.
He stares at the hand and just kind of, it blanks out. He says, oh, okay. And then he gives her hand a shake. His hand is like ice cold.
But she still shakes it like really excited.
You know, before I head out, I gotta ask, y'all familiar with like the news people up here?
Some of them, I have a contact.
Seems like my friend found a reporter snooping around outside and asked me to come out or he's gonna beat the shit out of this guy. So I should probably do that.
Oh, I would like to help him not do that.
Anyone can come along, I suppose, but it's not a big deal. It's probably nothing. Just a reporter. If you guys go outside, you will find that.
Oh, I had a quick thing. It's a question for Marisol. When you break the fake or the copies that you make, don't you get information from the person? Or could you get more information breaking your copy before we leave?
I'll allow it, sort of. I mean, to generalize, get a better feeling of flow. You've like used it on like enough people where you can like get sort of an idea of like who or what they were. Not like a very specific one about their identity. Like a generalized bit of information. You can shatter it and find out. With a 4, you can determine that this person is younger than you. They were a dancer. They were female. Probably had like a decent kind of life because there doesn't seem to be too many like disruptions in some of the underlying systems, and that's kind of it.
So as the sloan disperses and it just turns into a bunch of butterflies, Marisol, like, her eyes glaze over and then she looks to the group. This was just a normal girl. It was like just a dancer, younger than me, and it just... Well?
The spiders were attacking the street stylers for a while, and if she's a dancer, she's probably a street styler.
Oh my god. I think you're right.
Well, if we can DNA profile them, maybe we can find a district in the city they're all coming from and narrow down for more evidence.
To see if there's this guy still about, or this organization, or whoever was the one actually turning them into these whatever they are.
Well,
Obviously,
I'm hoping it will lead us back to the anti-butler, but who knows?
So, if you guys were to be sort of heading, unless there's something else that you wanted to throw in, but like on your way out, Rizza Gizza stops your group and says, "So, How was the air conditioning in there? Pretty good?
It's all right.
Good. We just had the system redone.
That's good. Rizik, can you do some DNA testings on all the zombies?
DNA testing.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps. It may take a while, but I think with Lord Clark's blessing, we may be able to get the necessary technology to test all of their DNA, I'm sure. It may take a bit of time to process this.
Oh, take your time. I'm sure Lewis is very busy.
Yes, the Lord is always quite busy in his many magnificent work, creating who knows what, who knows where. He's truly a master of the mysterious.
Okay, well, we gotta go break out a fight in the parking lot. So, thanks, Riz.
You're very welcome. Very glad to hear that the air conditioner worked out. I was worried. It was service offered at a very reasonable price, perhaps too reasonable.
Well, there were creepy eyes in there, so maybe they...
What?
Creepy eye in there.
An eye.
Uh-huh. Like
Yeah.
painted. Like a painted eye
like a
that, like,
painted eye.
moves.
Painted eye. Well,
I keep an eye on your walls for a while.
yes, that sounds quite odd.
They're probably
Um,
looking for your secret.
We hold no secrets here. Well, except for the 37th chamber, of course. Oop! I mean, that doesn't exist.
Are you sure it doesn't exist?
Would you care to
now,
find out?
Now we definitely think that.
No, well, if Roland gets to the end, he'll tell us. Or maybe he won't. I don't know. It's up to how he feels. I'll beg him.
Roland, you made it to the 10th chamber. What happened there was you ran into a small giggling child who ran away into a maze, continued to evade you around every corner, then turned around and holding basically a long stick, started to beat the shit out of you. What would you have done in that situation?
Probably resorted to a stand to take the stick away.
The moment you take the stick away, the child's arms tear up and the lights turn off and you get dropped through the floor. You have failed the lesson of the 10th chamber.
Which is to get the shit beat out of you by a stick.
Just wait for him to get tired. For reaching the 10th chamber, you get dropped into a room marked number 10. It has a small can of soda, a few Band-Aids on a table, pretty much like just a plate with some crackers on it.
I mean, he'll put some Band-Aids like on his face and stuff on the bruises.
How
And then
badly
the
do you think
soda
you
and
got
the-
fucked up in there?
I mean, he went through 10 fucking chambers. There were spears in the wall. There were dudes with swords. And for most of it, he would have abstained from using his stand because it's obvious that this shit wasn't designed for somebody with a stand. So he's trying to play by the rules. He's going to come out probably with just like bruises. He's just going to look pretty bad. He's cuts and
All right.
bruises. But he'll still like maintain that air of dignity he seems to always have. He'll just rejoin the group, like inconspicuously, I guess, with a can of soda and some crackers he's just eating. He's just munching on some crackers.
All right.
He doesn't really say anything to anybody either. He just kind of shows up. He actually for whatever reason, like contrary to his usual behavior, he's slurping on it. So somebody would probably just hear a.
Oh, did you
Also, yeah.
enjoy the 36 chambers of drift?
I haven't seen them all.
Did you win, son?
Did you win some? Yeah.
I'm going back in.
Can you do that maybe at a different point? We do need someone to come back late.
Yeah, Roku might actually be getting into a fight with someone, so we may need.
Yeah.
We should go stop that. There's a mess being made outside, and we have to go fix.
He kind of looks at the X on the floor and then looks to Rizagiza.
Rizagiza performs a salute at you. It looks like the traditional, fist in hand martial.
Yeah.
And then he gives his head a quick nod, indicating you should do this.
Yeah, he does. He does the same. He copies him.
When you go to bring your fist into your open hand, you feel a moment of resistance, like as if there were a pocket of air between your fist and your hand.
His eyebrows kind of twitch, and then he looks back at him, with a confused look on his face.
Rizagiza just strokes his beard and throws his head back. But he says nothing of it.
He looks at them, and then he just says, "I'm going back," and then he just goes back over to the X.
No!
Is he...
once per day. Read the sign.
Does he see a sign anywhere?
No.
Yeah, is there a sign? Okay.